Today, we're gonna win. We're gonna fight.
There's a football coach, and then there's the football coach at Notre Dame, because nobody does it like Notre Dame.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
You came out in the second half and you beat a good football team, and I'm proud of you. And I want you to enjoy winning, because you got to work too damn hard to get here. I'm proud of the way you competed. I'm proud of the way you battled in the second half to get a damn good win. And it feels good. I know there's been a lot of wins that I've been around here. That feels really good, because you guys overcame some things and came back in the second half and showed what you're about. Congratulations. Great win.
Irish head coach Brian Kelly after Notre Dame improved its record to 7-0 on Saturday with a come-from-behind 17-14 victory over a good BYU team at Notre Dame Stadium. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan. After the game, Kelly also had words of praise for All-American tight end Tyler Eifert, who matched his season high with 4 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown.
He goes in there and he busts his butt and he does everything to help this football team. Tonight he got the ball and he made big plays. Game ball, Tyler Eifert.
One, two, three, four.
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite. Sign up for Xfinity TV and internet. Just $79.99 a month for 6 months with the sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Dad, listen, we're gonna go broke unless we figure out a way to divvy up the shared data plan fairly. So, whoever's fathered the most children gets the most data.
Let's just do it by hair.
Body hair?
Most dental work.
What? Stop downloading and stop liking everything. It should be by who has the least amount of cartilage in their left knee.
Just want to take a bath.
Say no to sharing. Say yes to Sprint. With truly unlimited data, text, and calling.
Your first move doesn't happen on the field. It happens before your opponent even sees you. It can leave you hanging, steal your spark. Your first move can jeopardize everything you've worked for. Or fuel it. Your first move can set up your success before you've even played the game.
Carb energy to fuel athletes. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
Hey, it's Sandra from accounting.
Peter.
I can see that you're busy, but you were going to help us crunch the numbers for accounts receivable today? I mean, I know that this is important.
Well, both are important.
They
Let's
are.
get clear.
But this is important too.
The receivables.
Michelin knows it's better for Xerox to help manage their finance processing so they can focus on keeping the world moving. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
With Everett Golson coming off a concussion against Stanford that kept him out of practice on Tuesday, Coach Kelly decided to rest Golson on Saturday and give the start at quarterback to junior Tommy Rees.
I thought he settled into it nicely. I thought he did a very nice job in that first drive. By and large, I was pleased with the way he opened up the game.
BYU also moved the ball well on their first possession, but it ended with Manti's interception.
Again, we got some pressure, got him in a third down situation, and you know, Manti has been around the football all year. It's just one of those things where it seems to be coming up his way. But again, a great run after the catch. I think he's starting to think he's an offensive player the way he's putting the ball away and looking for extra yardage.
Before the season, he did not have a single interception. Now he has 4. Is it just the bounce of the ball, or has he changed a little bit the way he plays?
Oh, he's much better in coverage, and he's committed himself to that. He worked hard on it. He's lighter on his feet. He's better in coverage, and he's seen all the routes. I mean, he knows. He spends so much time studying his opponents that he knows what's coming. So no luck here. He puts himself in a good position to win.
Your first scoring drive begins with a 29-yard pass to Tyler Eifert.
Just a great job of Tommy getting the ball out into green grass and space, and Eifert makes a great catch. It was great to see him involved early in our offense. I think it was a real shot in the arm for us.
Sierre has a nice 22-yard run on that drive that gets you into the red zone.
The first couple of drives, you saw us throw the football and take advantage of a defense that was down on us in the run. They had 9 guys near the line of scrimmage, but it was good to be able to get Sierre going early. I think we're best when those running backs, both of them, including George, get a lot of touches, and it proved to be the right thing to do.
Sierre Wood also goes over 100 yards. What did you like about his performance?
Consistent, a lot more consistent. You know, he's reading the runs a lot better, getting north and south. He also has some make you miss ability, and I thought he did a very nice job of turning some runs that were probably going to be 1 or 2 yards. He turned them into 6-7 yards.
Teams have really been keying on Tyler Eifert, but 13 of his 19 receptions this season have gone for either a first down or a touchdown. What does that say about his abilities when he's almost always double covered?
Well, he's just an extraordinary athlete. He can go up and catch the football. You saw the kind of catches that he's made. And we put the ball in a position where only a 6'5" guy with a great reach can go get it.
Eifert's touchdown catch gave the Irish a 7-0 first quarter lead, but it was 14-7 BYU at halftime. The second straight week Notre Dame had trailed at halftime. The Irish did not like being behind, but they weren't all that worried about it.
Through the length of a very tough schedule, you're going to be behind. And I think we know about our football team. It's pretty clear after the 7th week what kind of team you have. And we've got a tough team that believes in themselves.
CBO, cheddar, bacon, onion.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
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 Say hello to McDonald's new CBO. Smooth cheddar, crispy bacon, grilled onions on the Angus 3rd Pounder or premium chicken sandwiches. CBO, the simple joy of tremendous.
Yeah.
Only Mazda is so obsessed with the future of driving that it's revolutionizing everything. Skyactiv technology makes vehicles stronger with 2 top safety picks and more fuel efficient, like the 40 mpg Highway Mazda 3 and the 2013 Mazda CX-5. No compromises. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? The Mazda 3 is now available with attractive lease and finance offers, but only for a limited time.
At Meijer, you can get any cut of certified Angus beef at prices you may expect to pay for most USDA choice. That means Carmen can take her weekday dinner menu up a notch and stay on budget. So burger night becomes certified Angus beef burger night. Fajita night becomes certified Angus beef fajita night. And because she can treat her family to the highest quality beef at low Meijer prices, leftover night becomes a thing of the past. Experience the savings, experience the difference. Meijer.
Theo Riddick had the best rushing day of his 4-year Irish career Saturday, picking up 143 yards on 15 carries for an impressive average of 9.5 yards per rush. Included in that impressive total, a 55-yard scamper in the third quarter that set up Notre Dame's first second-half score.
Great balance, not stopping his feet. It's indicative of the way he's playing. He never quits on a run. He's always trying to get, and then he pops out, and you know, just a great one. Just wish we finished it off better.
The go-ahead drive starts at the end of the third quarter with a 31-yard pass to T.J. Jones.
We got a one-on-one matchup. Tommy put the ball where it could only be caught by T.J. Jones, and Tommy did a nice job of throwing the ball away from coverage.
You had another big power run by Riddick, 19 yards, that got you again into the red zone.
Yeah, we had a great push by the offensive line, too. You know, Theo cut the ball back, Chris Watton got over to the left side and got really good movement, and he just kept his feet moving.
Theo Riddick, a career-high 143 rushing yards, and he has not been a running back for you his entire Notre Dame career. Why is he having so much success?
You know, he's got an opportunity to get a lot of carries and impact the game. It's his natural position. He's back at it. I think he feels comfortable there. You know, here's a guy that knows he's also in his last year, and he is giving everything that he has to be the kind of player he is right now.
You wanted to get it to George Atkinson more in this game. You did, and he made a very nice move on that touchdown run.
He did. We ran a misdirection play. We were bringing him around on what we call our orbit series, and he was coming out, and we knew he was going to be one-on-one with the safety. He set him up, did a nice job, and we felt pretty confident if we get George one-on-one in space with anybody, he's going to find the end zone.
On defense, you tie season highs with 4 sacks and 7 tackles for losses.
Great pressure most of the day. The quarterback is a tough guy to get your hands on as well, and so I was really pleased with the pressure that we got. We got him out of rhythm, and again, Stephon Tuitt and Lewis Nix and Cap, Prince Shembo, all those guys got us a very good push.
BYU's moving the ball again last time they have it, and Tuitt comes up with a huge play for you.
It was. I mean, he was relentless. He kept pushing. Quarterback is elusive. He's hard to get a track on, and he just kept pushing. It was a huge sack for us.
And everybody still treats it almost as a novelty that your team can run the football in key situations, and you did it again to basically run out the clock in this game.
5 minutes and 48 seconds. We wish it was about 22 seconds longer, but just a great drive. Our offensive line took over. Our tight ends blocked well. Our receivers and our backs were really hard. BYU's a very stout defense against the run. They added a couple extra players, and we still found a way to close out the game.
There is your final score. Once again, the Irish shut out BYU in the second half and held BYU to just 3.7 yards per play. Notre Dame averaged 7 yards per play on offense in the second half. There is a look at your final stats provided by UND.com. Notre Dame outgained BYU by 146 yards in the game and won the all-important turnover battle, a battle they have only lost once this season. It is time now for this week's UND.com Inside Angle, which shows what it looked like from the Irish sideline when big Lewis Nix reached out and threw BYU running back Jamal Williams for a 3-yard loss early in the fourth quarter. Stephon Tuitt joined in on the play and the celebration.
And it's a hard-fought win, and you know, we had to scratch and claw and do whatever it takes to win. But you know, streak or no streak or whatever, you know, at the end of the day, we got the win.
We understood that, you know, we just had to, you know, relax, settle down, and just play our brand of football. Everybody do their job, and you know, everything should be fine, and that's exactly what we did.
The Irish received great leadership and performance from their veteran defensive captains against BYU. They also got a great performance out of everyone involved in a rushing attack that churned out 270 rushing yards against a defense that had only been allowing 68 rushing yards a game before Saturday.
They gave us some good run looks to run the ball into, and our offensive line did a great job up front, and our running backs, I mean, Theo ran really hard, along with all the guys.
All three of them played very well. You know, Theo, tough yards, you know, breaking tackles. You know, we made some plays when we needed to, but the running, you know, game really took off in the second half. And
you know, we were fortunate today to, you know, have great success running the ball, and we did what we had to do to get a victory.
No one has higher expectations for this year's Notre Dame football team than the players themselves. After the BYU victory, the players were pleased with the win, but already focused on continuing to get better at practice this week.
We're all about grinding out, doing whatever we got to do to get the win. And, that showed last week and it showed this week. And, we're happy with the win, but we know we have a lot to improve on.
I think, this team has held themselves to a high standard. And, sometimes when people, don't feel like we play up to that standard, we're, not satisfied. But great thing to be 7-0, great win here against a good BYU team. And, I think the guys are more excited than Coach, probably thinks. But, we're not getting satisfied with it.
As we go to break, here's a look at just how dominant the Irish defense has been so far this season.
We love seeing you at Bank of America.
But we know you want to be able to bank wherever you are.
Bank of America Mobile Banking lets you bank on your schedule.
Now you can securely deposit checks you get right away with your smartphone camera. Watch this.
It doesn't get more convenient than that. See? Success.
It's amazing. Check balances, pay bills,
and much, much more.
Right here.
Bank on your schedule and deposit checks on the go. Download the Bank of America mobile banking app today.
I need to get back to work.
3, 2, 1.
It's hard to call it radio when it's this out of the box.
Listen to that! Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Fox News alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra. You're a delightful audience. Let's go to Margaritaville. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown.
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
He is the last coach to win a national football championship at Notre Dame. Some of the younger viewers watching us now may know him better as Dr. Lou, which fits perfectly with this week's 125 years of Notre Dame football moment. Lou Holtz wanted his players relaxed when they took the field each Saturday. Here's a look at how he tried to achieve that goal with his team every week.
Notre Dame is number 1. Notre Dame with a miracle win as the clock runs in. Notre Dame has scored.
My feeling is that you feel pressure when you aren't prepared to do something. So if you practice them very hard during the course of the week, prepare them fundamentally, then the night before the game, then I would get them all in the room. I want them to relax. I want them to perceive what was going to happen tomorrow.
Relaxation is what he would call it. We would we'd go to the pep rally. We go right over here to the Loftus Center. He'd turn all the lights out in the Loftus Center, and he'd lay us all out on the floor.
We'd all be laying flat on our backs. Lights were dim, and he would talk to us for, it felt like 2 or 3 hours, but I think it was about maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
And he'd just start talking to us. Hey, relax your right arm. Let it sink into the carpet. Relax your left arm. Let it sink into the carpet.
He would sink us into the carpet, get us really relaxed. Some guys would fall asleep, and then he would put us through a game, basically. And it was his game and his mind that we all got in sync together with.
Once you have them in a clear, relaxed position, then you get them to think about all the positive things in their life, how fortunate they are to be at Notre Dame, to have the family they have, to be with the teammates that they have. And once you get them in a positive frame of mind, thinking about very positive, then you go through the game. We're in the locker room before the game. Look around, see your teammates. You come out on the field. You describe the uniform you're wearing, then describe the uniform the other team where, and then about being in the huddle, like it's 3rd down and 8, the play's called, see the ball snap, see you carrying out your execution perfectly.
He told us to envision, catching the game-winning touchdown or envision making the game-winning block.
If your mind perceives something, the body can achieve it.
Yeah, you'd be laying there, just totally relaxed, just with these great thoughts in your head, and you almost wanted to get up and just tackle somebody right then. You just get so excited and you get the goosebumps.
He was a master manipulator in terms of getting our minds right, a psychologist. Just that kind of thing was phenomenal.
More players talk about that one thing, the relaxation period, than anything else. And I do it myself, and I want them to do it the rest of their life when they're in a difficult situation. But remember this, pressure's when you have to do something. you aren't prepared to do. My obligation, Coach, was do everything I possibly could to prepare them so that they would not feel any pressure.
Wouldn't life be great with less pressure? Thanks, Lou. For more 125 years of Notre Dame football moments, just log on to UND.com and click on the 125 years logo. Sierra Wood came up with the 5th 100-yard rushing day of his career and 2nd this season against BYU, so he is more than loosened up to face my questions on this week's 60-second drill. Favorite all-time movie?
Favorite all-time movie, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Player on the team most like you?
Theodore Riddick.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show, Family Guy.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush, Eva Mendes.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Butter pecan.
Favorite class?
Favorite class, Theology and Marriage.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Theodore, it would have to be the Black Ninja Turtle.
Best player to room with on the road?
Theo Riddick.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Ben Turk.
Toughest player to block on the team?
Andre Smith.
Best singer on the team?
Sierra Wood.
Best dancer on the team?
Sierra Wood.
Best comedian on the team?
Tyler Stockton.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Coach Denbrock.
Best dresser on the team?
Sierra Wood.
Worst dresser on the team?
Theodore Riddick.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Being able to walk out the tunnel.
Sierra Wood, you've completed the 60-second drill on Inside Notre Dame Football. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
When your chain of supply goes from here to Shanghai, that's logistics. Chips from here, boards from there, track it all through the air, that's logistics. Clearing customs like that, hurry up, no time flat, that's logistics. All new technology UPS brings to me, that's logistics.
I'm very happy I made the switch.
It's easy.
They're great.
As I go out, being nervous about going out into the world.
You switch because
for what you get and what they give back.
Of the people.
It'd just be another thing that I know is there for me all the time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's about family. It's about values. It's about doing things the right way.
And that's why I'm sticking with them.
You just get sucked in, and it's great. We're there.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
You know you're going to get the best when you go to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Kelly question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Ed Kennedy of Canfield, Ohio. Ed asks, Coach, have you contemplated using more play action on offense?
Yeah, and I thought we did a pretty good job of it. You know, we got the ball to Tyler Eifert on a nice play action pass, and we've continued to add a little bit more. We haven't needed it, quite frankly. We've had some opportunities where we could have in our last drive, but we were run the ball effectively. Sometimes you consider the outcome more so than just adding, you know, play action because you know what the outcome is. In other words, we were running the ball effectively.
If you would like to send in a question for Coach Kelly, just log on to UND.com and click on Ask Coach Kelly in the rotating boxes in the middle of the main page. It is fair to say that when you consider both the opponent and the venue, this weekend's game at Oklahoma poses the toughest challenge the Irish have faced so far this year.
Each week, we know our opponents are going to play their very best, and we're on the road, playing a very, very good football team with a great tradition, especially at home, on the road. But we've been down this road before. We went out to Michigan State. They were a top 10 team and beat them at home. And they're big, they're physical, they're strong, they run hard. This is just, blue collar, basic football. But you got to stop them, and they've been very, very effective.
Notre Dame remains 5th in this week's BCS poll, while Oklahoma moves up 1 slot to number 8. It should be quite a game. And of course, we will have all the highlights and Coach Kelly's reaction on next week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. Until then, thanks for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly has been brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.